Hi ladies, welcome to my channel. 7 things you should absolutely never travel in. You should wear these things when you travel. Trust me, I've learned from experience. I've actually worn all the things that I'm about to tell you not to wear, and I totally regretted it once I got to the airport. Now, if you're interested in my dating life, definitely stick around to the end because, oh my gosh, I had the most embarrassing thing happen to me on Saturday. I literally wanted to crawl out of my skin. So if you're interested in that story, listen to the end. Okay, the first thing you should never travel in, number 1, and I've traveled in these before and I've regretted it, and that is white denim. Why? Because white jeans get dirty. White jeans are beautiful, white jeans are chic, but just don't travel in them. The one time I did travel in white jeans, I sat down on the airport chair. It was black. There was some sort of like black tarish stuff. Literally, I had to walk around with this black stain on my butt the entire time until I got to the hotel where I was going, and I was able to change. So since then I was like, you know what? Never am I ever going to be traveling in white denim again. Instead, I would travel in, blue denim, black denim, but just not white denim. So I would travel in these jeans. They're from Express. They're not white. Obviously, they're a beautiful medium blue shade. They are under $100. They're a high-waisted straight leg jean. They do have stretch in them, so they're extremely comfortable. And then this is a fabulous baby blue tee, also from Express. I love this color. Now with this look, this is a little asterisk, I would absolutely add a jacket because I will not go to the airport without a jacket because I'm always freezing when I get in the airport and when I get on the airplane. So I would absolutely travel in this outfit. However, I would add a jacket, like a jean jacket or something like that. And then I just did these gold Amazon heels. I typically don't travel in heels. I will either wear sneakers, but I will wear like a low kitten heel. These are from Amazon. They're $72. The kitten heel, obviously it's under 2 inches. These also have padding in the footbed, so they're extremely comfortable. Now I would put some socks in my travel bag because sometimes I like to take off my sandals when I'm on the airplane, and then I would just put on my socks and be cozy and comfy. I also always travel with this amazing Quince cashmere wrap. Like literally this thing is like a blanket when I get on the airplane and I'm freezing, which I always am because I'm so cold natured. This is a lifesaver. So I never ever forget this fabulous cashmere wrap from Quince when I'm traveling because it is the absolute best. If you're cold natured like me, you will love it. Number 2, I will not travel in jumpsuits because jumpsuits are just hard to take on and off. That means you have to take off your jacket, then you have to pull down the jumpsuit, and it's kind of just a pain. So I just choose not to travel in jumpsuits. Instead of jumpsuits, I like really comfortable, like wide leg pants and a zip up hoodie like this set from Spanx. This exact set actually does come in a jumpsuit version, which I do own, but if I was going to wear it traveling, I would choose the 2-piece set, the zip up hoodie, which by the way, this fabric is so buttery soft. It feels so good against your skin. I've traveled in this exact set and I was so happy about it because it kept me warm. I was also very comfortable, but I also felt like I looked somewhat stylish because I don't think you can ever go wrong with wearing an all black ensemble. The pants have an elastic waist, so they're super comfortable. And again, they're so soft, like literally I felt like I was wearing my pajamas. I also love that you can order these pants in different lengths depending on your height. So I'm 5'4", and anytime I order anything off the Spanx website, I always order the regular length. Now this set also comes in a beautiful aqua blue shade, which I will show you here. This is gorgeous. It's basically the same exact set, the zip up hoodie with the wide leg pants. Also very comfortable. I really love this beautiful shade. It also comes in a really cool like brown smoky shade, which I love as well. So in case you didn't want to get the black. The best part, anything on the Spanx website right now, 20% off with my special code, which is going to be So Heather times Spanx, and I will list it down below in my description box. Number 3, and this is probably the absolute worst thing that you could travel in because I did it. I was like, ooh, I'm going to wear my cool rigid denim on the airplane to travel in, and I absolutely regretted it. So I will never travel in rigid denim again. What does that mean? That means denim that's like that raw denim that has no spandex in it or no stretch in it. So I will travel in jeans, but they just have to have some spandexy stretch in them, or I won't travel in them because because nothing like feels like literally like you're cutting yourself in half than trying to wear a pair of tight, rigid jeans on the airplane, like the worst thing you could ever wear. So this is my outfit of the day today, and I'm actually going to Charleston in a couple of weeks with my high school girlfriends, and I think this is my exact travel look. I'm going to wear this faux suede bomber jacket from Topshop, very reasonably priced. I will wear a white top because I have a jacket over it, so I know I'm not going to get it dirty. And then these are some of my favorite jeans. These are a modern skinny jean. They're by Good American. They're so incredibly comfortable because they have a ton of stretch in them. These were actually one of the #1 sellers on SoHeather.com last month, and so are these amazing Veronica Beard sneakers, which are the perfect travel sneakers. Literally, they're the perfect sneakers to wear anywhere because they're insanely comfortable. They come in tons of different colors. They have a hidden platform, so they actually make you look a little bit taller, and there's no tie laces, so you don't have to worry about tying them and untying them. You just slip them on, which makes it super easy when you're traveling and you have to like take everything off to go through the little line or whatever. So that's why I really love traveling in these amazing sneakers by Veronica Beard. Another pair of stretchy jeans I love traveling in. These are by Levi's. They're $98, a high-waisted straight leg denim silhouette. They definitely have stretch in them, so they are comfortable. However, these do run small. So if you're in between sizes, I would actually size up one size because again, nothing is worse than traveling in tight jeans. So I love these. They're just like a neutral medium wash, perfect to wear all year round. I paired them with a fabulous jacket because again, like I said, I always love traveling in jackets because I'm cold. This is kind of a cool casual pink cargo jacket. You could wear it to dinner and just swap out the sneakers with some fabulous heels. So I love doing that too, like wearing a travel look on the airplane with sneakers, and then I'll just change into heels when I get to my destination, but not change anything else. So it makes it super easy. The fourth thing to not travel in, and I've actually done this too, and that is travel in high heels. Now I'm not talking about like 5-inch stilettos. I don't think I've ever done that, but I have tried to wear like 3-inch heels, maybe 3.5-inch heels, and I totally regretted it. So from now on, I will only travel in booties, sneakers, or kitten heels, and probably not kitten heels very often unless it's like a short flight and I know I'm not going to be walking a ton. So this is a super casual travel look. Let's just say you had a very long flight. Maybe you're flying to Europe, maybe you're flying to Bali. I actually went to Bali by myself last year. I did a video on that, so I'll be sure and link it down below. But I think my flight was like 26 hours, ridiculous. So I wore something like this. I didn't want to wear jeans because I was going to be on the airplane so long. These are by Halara. They are $32 joggers. I live in them during the week. I own them in 4 different colors. They're actually flattering because they're high-waisted. They're a little bit more on the slimmer side, so they're not frumpy at all. I just literally am obsessed with them. They look fabulous with the Veronica Beard sneakers. And then I just went with my favorite LA hat, and this is a great bomber jacket, like a cool denim bomber jacket by Good American. Again, this look is very casual, but I also think it's very chic as well, kind of like that effortless, elevated loungewear vibe that's so on trend right now. The fifth thing I won't travel in are too many accessories because you're going to have to take them all off. Now, I will travel in a belt because I don't mind taking my belt off to walk through the line, but I won't travel in like a ton of bracelets or rings or necklaces because sometimes they make you take that stuff off and it's just kind of cold and bulky and I don't love it. So I just try to minimize my accessories when I'm traveling because it just makes it very easy and you don't have to take a ton of stuff on and off when you walk through that line. So this is another super casual travel look that I love, but I also think it's chic. This is a matching set from Express. It looks like it's denim, but it's actually like sweatshirt material, but it's also very lightweight. This really cool cropped hoodie, and then these are some fabulous wide leg pants. They actually, like I said, they look like jeans, but they're not jeans, y'all. They're made of this lightweight sweatshirt material, so they're incredibly comfortable. And then I just did my white Veronica Beard sneakers. These have also been a top seller on my blog and on YouTube because, again, I'm obsessed with them. They're fabulous, they're stylish, they're comfortable. You can travel in them, you can walk miles in them, but you're still gonna look very amazing. The sixth thing I won't travel in are short skirts or short dresses. That's because the back of your legs are going to be exposed, or all of your legs are going to be exposed. Number one, I get really cold, like I've said a million times in this video. And number two, when you sit down and then like the back of your bare legs are on the chair and maybe there's germs, maybe it's dirty, like I don't love that. I also will never, ever, ever travel in shorts either for that reason. I just don't want my bare legs like touching all the things that are in the airports and on the airplanes. I don't know. How about you? Does that kind of freak you out like it does me? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. So these are my brown Halara joggers. I absolutely love these. These are super comfortable. I talked about them earlier. They're high-waisted, such a great fit, and only $32 and incredibly comfortable. Then I went with this really cool camel cashmere hat by Quince. I love this hat. It's incredibly chic, and if you don't feel like doing your hair, maybe you have an early flight, putting on a hat is a great idea because you don't have to fix your hair. It actually will save you a lot of time. And then I just added this fabulous Quince oversized denim jacket. Jean jackets are one of my favorite things to travel in because they're not going to get dirty. They're casual and they're comfortable, but then they also look incredibly chic as well. And then, yep, you guessed it, I'm wearing the Veronica Beard sneakers again because they are that versatile, that comfortable, and that wearable. All right, the last thing I won't travel in is anything that's too tight. So whether that's a pair of rigid denim like I talked about, or even if they're not rigid denim, just like a pair of tight jeans or a tight midi dress or a tight maxi dress, that like any type of clothing that's super constricting and tight, I'm just not going to travel in it because obviously it's uncomfortable. And yes, we all want to look stylish when we travel at the airport, but we also want to be very comfortable. So one of my favorite things to travel in is another matching set. This one is from Express. It's a beautiful gray hoodie and some gray wide leg sweatpants, extremely comfortable, like so soft. There's an elastic waist. I did roll them at the waist because when I didn't roll them at the waist, the crotch was a little bit too long and they looked a little bit frumpy. But again, this would be a great outfit for like a very long flight. You want to look cute, but you also want to be incredibly comfortable. This is your answer, and the price can't be beat because it's literally under $100. Okay, let's talk about that dating story. So I did have a video call with a guy that I matched with on Bumble on this last Saturday. It was supposed to be at 3:30 in the afternoon. We matched on Bumble. We sort of texted back and forth. And then within like the 2-day mark that I always love to give it, he asked, for my phone number. We were texting, and then he was like, hey, would you like to do a video call tomorrow? And I was like, sure, how about 3:30? And he was like, perfect. So we continued to text a little bit. He actually sent me a photo of himself the night before, at a concert. He was like at a concert with his kids. So he sent me this really cute photo. And then the next day I was talking to my high school girlfriend on the phone and I was telling her about it. And she's like, oh, well, send me a photo of him. I'm like, okay. So I forwarded that picture to her and she got it. And then she's like, well, what else? Tell me a little, tell me anything else about your dating life. And I'm like, oh, well, Mr. Austin guy has been reaching out, telling me he's going to be in Dallas next month. So I think I'm going to see him because I just have this feeling inside of me that I want to see him. I can't explain it. So I'm going to see him when he comes to town next month. She's like, okay, great. I forgot what he looks like. So send me a picture of him. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to my photos, I text it to her really quick. And then I realize, oh my gosh, I just sent the picture of Mr. Austin guy and I to the guy that I was supposed to have the video call with. Oh my gosh, literally I wanted to crawl out of my skin. My stomach dropped and I just panicked for about 10 seconds. And then I was like, oh yeah, you can delete a text that you've already sent. Did y'all know that? So I held down the photo, I clicked unsend. So basically it disappeared off of his, text thread. And then I was like, what else am I going to do? Like, what if he saw it? I have to say something. So I just wrote like, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you that above text. And then about 20 minutes later, he responded and said, no problem. I'll call you at 3:30. So we actually had the video call. I don't know if he saw the photo. I'm assuming he didn't because he didn't say anything about it on the video call. We had a great video call. This guy seems really amazing. The reason I like him, I think, is because he's also done a lot of healing work and had a lot of therapy like me. So we kind of speak the same language in that regard, but of course I don't know him from Adam. I'm going to take it slow. He is coming to Dallas in like 2 weeks, and I think we're going to go out on a date. He does have kids. He lives in Houston, and the only reason I'm even considering talking to him, because y'all know I don't love the long distance thing, is because his headquarters is located in Carrollton, which is really close to Dallas. So he travels here often for work, so I would get to see him probably like once a week. So anyways, I will keep y'all posted on that, but can y'all believe I sent that photo to the video guy? Like, I can't even believe it. I was literally so embarrassed, but I'm kind of hoping he didn't see it. So anyways, leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite travel look was, because I always love hearing from y'all. And if nobody has told you yet today, you are beautiful and amazing, and I love you just the way you are. And I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.